you are? Awesome. Sounds good. My name is Israel. These are my children. My grandfather.
Hello, my name is Ari Tataka. I'm from Melbourne, Australia. My grandfather, Jonas Gershon Bolter, was a student at the Mir in Lithuania in 1940. Right before the Germans invaded, he was lucky enough to receive the 2030th visa from Sugihara, and with funds raised by the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe, traveled across Russia to Japan. From there, he made his way through on a boat through to Israel, where he met my grandmother. So without Sugihara, I wouldn't be here today, and neither would have the 55 of my grandfather's descendants.
And you have the list?
I have the place where my grandfather was on the list of visas. Yeah.
We can just. Can you make it a bit brighter if possible?
Yeah.
Ah, that's wonderful.
I also have a picture of him at his yeshiva in Vilna in 1940.
What is this for, by the way?
So he was part of the Mir yeshiva?
Yes, he escaped with the Mir yeshiva, and through Kobe as well.
And was he involved with Chabad as well?
Yes, because he originally went to Tomchei Tmim when he was 16, and he was later very involved with Chabad, meeting the Lubavitcher Rebbe in France in 1945. He wasn't never described himself as a Chabadnik, but he was a friend of Chabad, but he learned in the Mir, and now even my cousin currently learns at the Mir. It's amazing, and I'm currently learning here in Israel. So, and all of his descendants are religious observant Jews.
Wonderful. And you're going to meet the son of Sugihara today?
I'm very excited.
Is this the first time you're meeting him?
Yes. And they don't have many of the meetings in Australia.
Wonderful.
Hi, my name is Joshua Shane, and my grandfather, Pinchas Scheingarten, was born in Warsaw in 1920, and because of the kindness of Shun Sugihara, he was able to escape Eastern Europe and survive throughout the war. Because of the kindness of Mr. Sugihara, my grandfather was able to make it into Kobe with the Mir Yeshiva and survive the majority of the war in a relatively safe place. Now, eventually he was sent to Shanghai because Japan kicked out all those who weren't born on Japanese soil, but he was still able to spend out the rest of the war there and then eventually go to America. Thank you, Mr. Sugihara, for saving my life.
And this is the first time you're going to be meeting Nabuki Sugihara, the son?
Yes, I was on a Zoom meeting with him. There was an event over Zoom that my sister was involved in almost a year ago now, around a year ago now. I can look up the exact date, I don't remember. But this is the first time meeting him in person, and it is an amazing, amazing honor. Thank you.
Sorry.
It's such an honor to be here. Your father saved my grandfather's life, and without you, without your father, I know me, my family, none of us would be here today. So thank you so much, and I owe your family a great debt.
Wow.
Of course.
Are you brothers?
No, actually.
My grandfather was also was saved by your father. He was in the Mir Yeshiva in Vilna, and my family is from Australia, but he currently has 55 descendants of my grandfather living all over the world, and we just happened to be in the same yeshiva in our year.
Yeah, and so it's such an amazing honor to meet you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
What is the family name of your grandfather?
Mine was Pinchas Scheingarten.
Mine was Bolter, Yeshua Gershon Bolter. Yes, I have a picture of the visa. 2030. Yeah, my mother told me a story that after I had basically finished, my grandfather climbed up a tree and was throwing stones at his window to get him to given visa. And,
You have the visa picture?
yeah, well, I have a picture of.
I found a list that had my grandfather's visa on it back at home, but my dad didn't text it to me in time.
But it's also on the list.
Yeah, he's also on the list.
Here's my grandfather, 2030.
Oh, right.
Walter Joshua.
All right.
And there's also
On the list. Walter Jones.
and there's also have a photo of the yeshiva in Vilna.
It's in Shanghai.
And this is in Vilna before they left. The yeshiva, and also Tomchei Tmimim, which was a yeshiva that a lot of the students went to before they came. These are the people we know. Several of them live in Australia today with far more descendants than even my grandfather.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Australia has such a big community from this issue. Where does your family live?
I grew up in New York, although I have, some of my family members are in Boston or DC. In fact, actually, my brother recently had, just a few months ago, a brand new baby boy, Ishai, and he wouldn't, need to say, he wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for the actions of your father. So thank you so much.
Yeah, Phil. I have not been involved enough in Sydney.
Give you pictures. You're doing such a great job.
Sorry,
You're so nice.
he puts on it to you.
Be over for another year or so. But
I would like to invite you, sorry.
Picture with the new generation.
I would be so honored.
We'll have our photographer also soon, and I would like to invite you afterwards to have some snacks, and you're welcome. Coffee, snacks.
with whom?
Take the mask off, yeah.
If I wear a mask.
Especially that the young generation cares so much about this. I think it's so
You know,
meaningful.
can you go in? I'll take a picture with you in as well. I'll use my one.
Yeah.
I'll send to you.
Okay.
He asks you.
No, he wants me to be in the picture.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Our daughter is here as well, so she's granddaughter of Sugihara. So the same generation. It's nice.
The photographer never gets picture taken with the honorees.
No, I've been in. I've been.
He's not a photographer.
He's a dentist.
I know who he is.
No, but I have been.
Have you been in?
The day before, maybe I think.
He's still
Wow.
modest, right?
I tried to reach you. I brought him here. He's almost 100 years old. Is Mr. Lefkovich. And he will tell you himself, Mr. Sugihara, Mr. Lefkovich, just be careful. You're
Thank you.
So much. Oh, you're so cute.
How old is your father?
This is not my father today. My father would my father would be 110. He was already 30 when he got a visa from your father. My father was 30, but he was a close friend of my father in Montreal.
Nice meeting you.
He's one of the closest friends, and he says that at least 50 years ago that my father made a event for your father. He says probably in the late 60s. He said there were at least 50 rabbis there from all over. And
No, more than 50. A lot of rabbis came to us and they asked us to make a reception for Chuni Sugihara. Chuni? Yeah, Chuni. So we made. He came in with a man that brought him in, the uncle Ederman. He was
Ederman was the one who made the passports for the Mir Yeshiva.
So
Polish refugee passports. Sort of fake. Poland didn't exist anymore. Poland didn't exist, but the Polish consul, the Polish charged d'affaires in the British embassy consul. He's the one that made the Polish passport.
Said that he was carrying 2 suitcases full of passports, and he put the stamp. He had another one, I don't remember that put
Zupnik.
Oh, maybe.
Moshe Zupnik.
Yeah,
Moshe Zupnik.
he put the stamps, and just your father signed. Your father was a little taller than you are. I remember a few, not all, but a few rabbis, and I was trying to connect them. Everyone is gone. I was from the youngest when I came to the concentration camps, I was 13, and when I was liberated, I was 18. So all the other people were much older. So I was.
You told me that Rabbi Hirschberg from Mexico was there.
Hirschberg from Mexico.
Rabbi Rottenberg from Detroit.
And
these are from the most famous rabbis that were saved by your father. Rabbi Kreisberg from Antwerp.
I spoke to many of them, but I don't remember everybody. But I spoke to a few people. That Rottenberg from Detroit, I remember. Kreisberg and from Mexico. Hirschberg. There were others, mostly from America, from Canada. Mostly Americans.
I looked in the United States Holocaust Museum. This Yankel Ederman, who sent out the invitations, his whole archives is in the United States Holocaust Museum. The head of the museum is a friend of mine. I asked if they can look through the archives. Is there an invitation? Is there something? We still haven't found any document. But it couldn't be your older brother, because this has had to be 50 years. It's not. It's too old for me to remember. So that means it has to be at least 50 years.
He also said that when he was on the train, so he had still signed passports through the window. He used to give out.
That was then definitely your older brother.
That's a story.
They have a disagreement about the story, whether it's true or not.
Okay. Shalom Shalom. And tell you, I want to picture together.
So that's what I remember.
Be careful.
We'll find out.
Through 50 years, a lot of water went through the bridge, you know.
Okay. Mask.
Doesn't matter. Take off the mask.
Pose for the picture only.
Just take off the mask for the picture. When it be 150 people, we have to wear masks.
Please.
That's the rules.
Very nice, thank you.
I will work on it as long as it takes me and as much as it costs. I will get to the bottom of the story, because Mr. Lefkowitz goes to this concentration camps all the time. He goes to Europe. He takes groups. His memory is perfect.
I remember.
And the story is he was the only one in the neighborhood that had.
Very famous. He was on the television.
He just lost his son 2 weeks ago. He was a senior analyst of Citibank. Tobias Lefkowitz.
Yeah, I spoke to you on the phone today. You spoke in Hebrew University to our group. You remember Hanan Gafni?
I'm going to work on it.
Okay. We spoke a few times on the phone. When we were speaking,
You're the driver.
I was the replacement driver. Mr. Sugihara.
I must thank you in the name of my parents, my father-in-law, my grandparents, all my father, my mother, and my father-in-law, who all owe thanks to your father. I have lots of documentation, but I just found out about it right now. But I just want to show you a postcard that I have that was sent to my father in Kobe, Japan. From Lithuania. From Lithuania to Kobe, Japan. Right. I have some other documentation, but I just found out about it now. We're going to say I'm running. My grandparents got out in 1941 through Japan. And my father came with the yeshiva, and so did my father-in-law. And my parents-in-law got married in Shanghai. I am really, and I even have a picture, I'll show you a picture I have of the trunk that went from Vienna to Shanghai, from Shanghai to San Francisco, when my in-laws got married. It's all thanks to my family, and it's something that we remember constantly.
Please, sir.
Can you show the picture?
I want one picture. Bobo, אני חייב.
אני אוציא את זה מהניילון.
בוא תעמוד לידו.
Hello, how are you? Yeah, do you remember the last time?
Yes, you remember.
In Yeshiva. Yeah. Were you? Yeah.
הודות לאבא שלו. הודות לאבא שלו. אבא שלי. המשפחה של אמא שלי.
Do you remember that lady? Her name Mrs. Chaya Melikovsky.
She passed away, right?
Yeah, she passed away. And also that time we made also the Rabbi
Shmulevitz, Chaim Shmulevitz, he was the Rosh Yeshiva that time in Mir, and his daughter, she born in Shanghai, and she came for that meeting.
Okay.
Her husband is one of the Rosh Yeshivas in Mir, and she's also passed away 2 years ago.
And she wasn't born in Shanghai. She went to Japan.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
That's why this is just so important, because all the people who were alive, they're leaving us.
Rabbi Izrahi's wife.
Yeah,
This is history. This is the history. Yeah.
So now
we have to make sure that it's told
and nobody will forget it.
Yeah. So we're so happy to have such a park where children come and they will play the story.
Of course. I will ask what is his name.
Yes.
His name is hopefully. Yeah, they will.
We're going to have to get them translated.
He was very nice to drive us all around.
My father looked everywhere for the extra visa, and I believe it's lost. I would love if I can just get a quick picture with him sent to my parents in America.
She had exams. It was in June. She had her MTOs. In university.
כבוד לי גדול מאוד לפגוש אותך באופן אישי עכשיו, אחרי שיחות בזום. תודה רבה שבאת אלינו, ולכבוד הוא לנו. שיהיה לנו בהצלחה.
מה שלומך? How are you?
אתה רוצה לעשות לנו תמונה?
We met 2 days ago.
אפשר לעשות איתך תמונה?
אפשר שם, עדיף שם?
בוא
ליד התמונות.
אני מציעה שנקרא למשפחה.
אוקיי,
Talk yesterday was amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yes.
שהגיענו.
אחר כך אני בהחלט, כן.
Your father saved my father. And from saving my father, there are many children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. He was with the Yeshivat Mir that your father saved the whole yeshiva. And we met you and your mother years ago in New York. You came to town hall. So thank you so much for everything, and thank you for everything you do for Israel.
Ellie Edelman. There must be about 200 people in my family now, all because of your father. Yes. Baruch Hashem. So 200 people. Can you imagine this?
Where are they? In the States or in Israel?
Some here and some in the States.
Can we have you for a second?
Yeah. Okay. I'm coming back.
He's coming back. All right, Dion. Where's his wife? I guess he's with her.
My husband's father. This is his
This will be open when we make the ceremony. Let's make a small picture, less formal, but
You say anything, so it's fine.
Your daughter?
Okay. איפה גרת פה?
ברחוב שאני גרה בו.
הוא שכן של...
וואו,
And they're asking for pictures over there. Everybody actually, there's a photographer.
So stand online. So it's what they call that, the pose and walk.
How are you? Oh, it's like good to see you.
How are you? Wait, hey.
It was very special on Monday.
Every time I hear the stories,
Not just that my father was in trying to figure out if you were working yourself. No, you took them off.
I took off, I did. Yeah, maybe I couldn't miss this lady.
Otherwise, it's still open.
Miss Gary. You're here. No, we moved. Les, right? Yeah, yeah. Gidon. Gidon, yeah. Are you here at Tzmai? Yeah. And with you? I'm also. I heard about this and I said, I have time. Why don't we get together? Came all the way from Hebron. Who's this, Ellie? Who's he? I have no idea.
Haruka, can we have a picture with our daughter? Hello again.
Very nice.
Hi.
Maybe it's his wife.
Let's have a picture of the three of us.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I don't have anybody else on speak.
Here we go.
I think we should just do that. It's easier.
Look, my camera, please. There we go.
I'm right
Over here. You should go. With Ellie too.
Can someone take a shot? Can we cut?
It's nice to see you. It's very special.
Let's get in there. Okay. Take a picture with everyone.
Make sure it's good, please. The top. All palm. The top?
No, the top.
Hey, Les, you got me in?
Look at that.
My daughter-in-law works for the architect, the Unifield architect here in Jerusalem. Special is not the word.
Glassman.
Oh, I know. I've seen one of your videos. I've seen, right.
You've got a good memory.
I know, he interviewed.
Yeah. Oh, you are the greatest. There's no one like you. I just saw you. Leftovich. Oh, obviously. Did you get it? I have to work on the second very hard.
Nice meeting you. Sophia. Nice meeting you. Hi,
Okay. אורי, תנסי לפנינה. לא אחר כך, עכשיו, איפה אבי?
כובנה זה סמל בפני עצמו. קודם כל, זה סמל.
I just saw a picture of you by
They made
in Volozhin.
projects, maybe you can show.
Wow, pictures of the yeshiva in Volozhin. So I was looking up stuff about Volozhin because my grandfather studied there.
Yeah.
And there you were.
We went in 2016.
We made something special.
Wow.
So good to see you.
So when you scan it, it's Sugihara Visas.
About your father.
Wow, that's amazing.
You no touch this.
I thought you were magician.
And you have film here. Yeah?
Even with my
Your telephone.
Wow.
NFC only if you have application. This one.
Joseph, how are you keeping?
Everything is okay.
I
lost a son. I lost a son 2 weeks ago. Just got out from Shiva this week. Yeah, one of the greatest people. A godel. A mamish a godel basically. Made that, he was Mekadesh Hashem Barabim. He had a tremendous high position. And everywhere he went and whatever he did, he was Mekadesh Hashem Barabim. Unbelievable. Yeah, he was at a high position he had on Wall Street and the highest position.
So sorry to hear. Chaim Arukim, you just have the sort of a
hit by a car.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Can I take a picture of you? This is a good friend.
My wife's mother was born in a ghetto, Kovno. And we know and admire your father's activity very much, and we are we are very privileged to be here with you.
She was one of the lucky ones to make it because there were not many. Right?
Yes. Can we take? Sure.
כן? מצוין. I'm going to take just one picture. I want to send my family in America that I was privileged to be here and to honor your father's memory, which he has done so much for all of us. Toda Rabba. I can't believe I'm standing here. And I'm watching this and I'm absorbing this. This is very special.
So let's do a picture with the whole family. This is very special.
Ladies and gentlemen, shalom and welcome. It's so nice to see you all here. You're more than invited to enjoy the buffet.
I brought this for justice.
Please move.
Okay. Fine? Okay. Thank you very much. It's okay, but it's decent.
סיימתי 3 פעמים. Her house. It was so nice to meet her and to speak to her. I was just curious because I lived in Japan for 17 years. Kimura, Minarimashita. My husband is Japanese.
You are Kimura Ziva. Okay, we are friends in Facebook.
Yes. So,
Now we move.
To be her ongoing husband all the time. I know. Really.
Are the kids here?
No.
It was a conspiracy of a lot of people. Have you met?
Oh, you're please.
Lithuanian ambassador.
Oh, okay. Nice
Pleasure.
meeting you. Hi,
My name is
Sugihara.
My name is Lina. I'm Lithuanian ambassador, so very pleased to meet you, Adam. My pleasure. I'm ready to come every time I'm invited.
Okay.
She's also a specialist on history and Lithuanian history and the war.
No, I'm not
she knows,
a specialist. I'm not.
Compared to your colleagues, you're a very big expert. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your good words. I mean, I love what I do, and I love you to serve my country, and that's, ambassadors abroad are the country's faces. So that's how.
True. What were your previous postings? Where were they?
China.
Oh, okay.
Bit different.
That's a challenge, yes?
Yeah, it was a very interesting period. I did enjoy it.
And Korea.
Korea, I was accredited for Korea, but I was posted in China, covering Korea and Vietnam.
Wow.
And I used to work with Japan as well. director covering that region, so I used to travel to Japan. I even studied for 2 months at Kobe University.
Oh, okay, Kobe.
So Japan is in my heart. Very beautiful place, very nice country, very nice people. As I said, very different world from what we Europeans
We spent time in Kobe, so we have more in common. My father spent 7 months in Kobe, yeah? Because of her father-in-law.
It's the oldest Jewish
community.
settlement in Japan. So, yeah.
So when did you come?
We came Sunday night. Short, busy, interesting schedule as usual.
No, so that's absolutely. This is a very interesting country.
Yeah, how long have you been in Israel?
That's my already 2 years, but you know, Corona.
Yeah.
So when I came August 2019, so I practically had like 5-6 months to settle down, meet people, start networking, and then we were closed, and then for the very long term.
Yes, yes. Now we can celebrate again. Everybody seems so happy to be able
to go out in the air and meet
freedom.
I want to tell you, it's extremely important what you and your husband are doing. It really is.
Thank you.
It has to be another opportunity. They asked me on Monday, they interviewed me, they asked me about what do I say, what's my feeling. I say a basic... appreciative enough. It's never enough, no matter how much we appreciate what your father-in-law did, it's never enough.
Well, that's a great trait though.
It's never enough. It's just not enough.
Brings good energy.
It's not enough. We're about 200 people in my family.
Really?
We're about 200 people. My father got married. He was the first one from Mir Yeshiva to get engaged. When he got to New York, he got engaged in 1946 still, a few weeks after he got to New York. And that's it, a whole tribe, hundreds.
I want to tell you something. Maybe he said the name Yehudi comes from the Hebrew word lehodot, to thank.
To thank, yeah.
So that's ingrained in our nature, yeah. You say Toda Rabba, that you know, yes. So
that's the same.
So Yehudi is the same thing. The one who thanks.
Good to know. I didn't know that.
Succeeded to find your way. I know it was not easy. Okay, thank you very much. We are very happy about it. In my former job, I started to deal with it. I know it was not easy to find a solution, but I'm happy that it's okay. We are on the right path.
This is the list. Have you got a mash brown? That's a mash brown. Show mash brown. הכי חשוב. בבקשה? כל שאני הצעתי לך, כשאתה מדבר, תדבר גם קצת איתי. באמת, אני חושב שזה יחבר את האנשים. Erik, mine? Really nice. Know each other?
Sorry, Les. I introduced Les Glassman, is a South African Lithuanian Jew, and a historian, and he goes around documenting Lithuanian Jewish history. So he's
happy to see you. It's a great honor.
You can come in.
Oh, we'll be in. Yes, please. Here, Ima, come in. Oh, come on this side. No, come to the picture. This is Mr. Glassman. He's a Dr. Glassman. Dr. Glassman, sorry. That's right. They're all doctors. All South African Jews are doctors. Sorry, they're all dentists, actually, I should say. Someone told me that in his class was 95% Jews in his class in his dentistry school.
And let me guess, you live in Ranana.
Can you get a picture of me with Nabuki?
I'll take me.
Okay, yeah. フェスティバルも行ったことあります。
そうだったんですか。いや今ヘブライ語で喋っておられたから今思い出しました。ちょっとあれを読ませていただいたので、ヘブライ大学でね勉強されてたので思い出します。今ですね、ちょっとコロナの1年半で全然新しい人が来れなくてもう10人切ってるんですけど、今イスラエルにでも全員大学生です。みんなヘブライ大学で1人入らないです。みんな大学生で勉強してます。やっと入ってこれる。ヘブチバです。最初はヘブチバで、ヘブライ語勉強して、一部勉強続ける人が出てくるかもしれませんけど。
Actually, no, just 1 second. I'm the man who made the album. So if I can just have a photograph with you, please.
I'll do
Whoa, that's nice.
That's very special. Very special.
I can't find my father's passport.
Wonderful.
You have it? Thank you. Thank you. I showed this to you yesterday. These are all the stamps made by 12 countries.
Oh my goodness.
So 17 different stamps. Picking it on exhibit and it's yours. Thank you so much.
Lina, call me Lina. It's much easier and to remember and pronounce. Big pleasure of mine, sir, to meet you, and I'm honored to be at the event. We met already. Yeah, we already met. You're doing beauty. Hi, I'm Lina. How do you go? Hi. Olivia. Nice to meet you too, I'm Lina.
She was stationed in China before, so.
Yeah, I was.
She must be very good.
I spent many years in Asia and working with Asia. I love it so much. And been traveling to Japan a few times. And when I was in China,
You're Glassman?
whole family, and we went.
Your name?
I'm Shalom
1 week
went to a lecture of yours.
Japan.
It's a company. Wow. You really?
So you
The man we were friends.
She does.
I know.
Give you a big credit for
Oh, you're so kind.
for you.
okay.
Yeah, I want a picture, I just want a picture. Sugihara,
It's not so easy to
would you mind just a picture with me and my wife? It's very special from my father. We can't say thank you enough. It's not possible. It's never possible. It's never enough to say thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, and thank you for keeping it up.
The ambassador from Lithuania.
If we could do a can we do a picture? Yeah.
There we go.
Thank you so much.
And here is they were in Jerusalem. Yes,
You were there?
You know that's the Jewish.
Yeah, that's too short. Some Jews I know they say that's all. That's all right. Sure.
I want to send it to Australia.
Is you too? Got it. Okay, good. Thank you very much. You look like your father also.
We met just a few days ago, and can I take a picture together with you? There you are. I'm going to send it to my family in Australia and in Brazil, because this is where you have survivors. Thank you. It was lovely to see you again. Thank you for inviting me again.
There's some nice pictures of you which I'll send to you.
Well, Steve, it was an amazing moment. So I'm
not so strong.
No, I'm very good. Yeah, you must clean as well. And then for sure.
Very distinguished, writes about a lot of different things.
No, I had a very interesting story. Somebody that he said went back to Japan after the war to look for him and went to the foreign ministry and asked about him. They said, we've never heard of him. And he said, how is that? He saved my life. And he was in charge of your embassy in Lithuania. How can it be? And they said, we don't know who you're talking about. But now, of course, every Japanese event one goes to in Israel, we hear his name.
And here's the magazine we put on the cover for you, so I brought you some copies.
Oh, Steve, could we do a picture with Steve Hewitt and Greer? The Moscow? No, you must come into the picture. And Prime, if you could be in as well.
Is this a film or a photo?
No, I'm the reporter.
Okay. Steve, the glasses? Oh, this is wonderful. Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Greg, could you...
No, he studied Hebrew. We don't do it Hebrew.
Okay, my name is Rini Halpert. I'm from Vancouver, Canada. We live in Israel now for 27 years. And I'm a tour guide in Israel. And I guide together just get photographed. But I only do it. My grandfather.
Where did you find?
My dad does geological research, but he keeps a lot of it on his computer. My mother was born in Berlin, and my grandfather brought the family to England in 1936. And then he went back and forth to Germany and Poland for business. He got stuck there when the war began. And from 39 until 41, they had communication from him a little bit while they were in England, but they didn't know where he was. And then he gets a ship from Japan to Canada, and he tells them from Vancouver that he's earning money to bring them over. And in 44, my mother makes it to Canada with her mother from England to Vancouver. But my entire life, and my mother's entire life, she's now 88 years old, she did not know where her father was in those 2 years. My father, parents are separate, did research, and suddenly one day comes up with a list of the visa, and my grandfather appears the third person from the end of the list. And this is I just want to say, we have Julius Lipsikas, Judah Lipsik. Okay, he paid.
And we stayed
on
at the Metropole. I think we stayed at the
August 26th. So the last three people. Okay, he paid a lot more money than other people.
What list is it?
Huh?
What kind of list is it?
This is the list of the visas that were given by number.
Who gave them?
These are the visas of Sugihara. There's a list.
The Kurosawa visas or the
Japanese visas. These are the visas that Chui Sugihara gave, and they were numbered, and it's been digitalized. And the number 2137 was my grandfather, but I've never seen it. I have no documentation. All we know is he came through Japan, and afterwards we put the pieces together, and then we found this record of my grandfather, and must have been a cousin who left Japan and arrived in Canada. The amount of money they paid in Lithuanian currency. Most people paid whatever two is.
Should be 2 liters.
He paid 27.
First class.
So for me, it's an incredible thing to learn. Thank you.
1枚だけちょっと一緒に撮らせていただいてよろしいですか。じゃあ両側でかね。
אתה יודע איפה ללחוץ? השמדה טוטאלית, האמריקנים דיפטו כל הסד שלנו החלטה להציל, כיוון שהייתה סכנת רעב ביפן, הוא רצה לייצר My mother have a photo of your father.
She has a photo of my father in Lithuania?
In Kovna.
Kovna?
Yeah.
Really? I would like to see.
I have to go there and find the picture.
Yeah. Please send me. Of course. And also maybe today or tomorrow we'll be in my grandmother's house and we can give her the book. And also I will send a picture for you as well. Unfortunately, she's not in a good situation.
It was very exciting when I told her that I'm coming here, but she's not in a shape to come with us.
Yeah, unfortunately. Long drive. Yeah. And there are people who know.
For us, it's an honor to be here.
Thank you for coming. Thank you.
And it's such an amazing time that we're here to really honor your father's amazing.
Great.
This is the success.
1 second. My friend who's a researcher into the righteous asked if you could sign this.
Wait before you sign.
Kol hakavod. Many thanks. He will appreciate it. I, of course, also.
Well, Sugihara, thank you.
I'm originally from Antwerp. We're in touch. Very happy, very proud to meet you.
I just want to...
Yes, actually I have something to do.
The rabbis of Mir. I didn't see.
לא הגיעו.
עדיין לא הגיעו. אני יכולה לדבר איתך עברית, מה, אני שוברת בשיניים.
יכול גם לדבר איתו.
You still living in Antwerp?
Yes.
Because I was for years now in Antwerp because I'm also in the dining business. So in the dining business, I have friends that remember you as well in the past. Yes, very good memories. But I'm living more in Israel now.
I see.
I used to work in Belgium for a company which I'm Brachfeld. Yes.
First office I rented was in Brach.
In the building of Brachfeld?
Yeah. 10th floor. Very close to 11 or 12.
Exactly, a good memory. I'm a little active in, I was involved in also writing on the world and what they call Chasidei Mot Haolam, like your father was. I made an exhibition in Poland for my grandfather, who was a famous photographer, and I invited monks from the Carmelite congregation to be part, and did a great contact with them, and the Israelis who are descendants from that city. Because what non-Jews did during the war to help Jews, we have to do a lot to remember it. I'm doing what I can in that field. That's the reason I'm very privileged to meet you. Bochitz told me a lot of things about you. And I hope you are happy for what is done here in Israel. Yes,
always. When I come to Israel, it's my home. Even if up there, 1 year. Before I came to Antwerp, in Israel for 30 years.
I will not take more of your time. Many people want to meet you. My pleasure. See you next
סליחה, אני... 無事に来れました。なんとか無事に疲れましたよ。安心しました。ね、よかったです。
100人以上だとなんだかんだって言ってますけど、結局入っちゃえば。
ありがとうございます。
Can you give me please your autograph in English and in Japanese?
Your father was a Filipino.
Sushi and ice cream. Thank you so much. We're going to talk again. I'm going to invite you again.
Hello, Mr. Sugihara. My name is Shia Rodal. Your father saved my grandfather in 1940, and he went to Montreal along with 8 rabbis, and he started Chabad, Lubavitch in Canada. So not only did your father save my grandfather, he saved at least 200 people in my family. So I want to say how grateful.
Now 200 people.
Yeah, just out of my grandfather with all the cousins. So I just wanted to say thank you and may God bless you. Would you mind taking it?
It's Rodal?
Rodal, yes.
He's a Rodal in South Africa.
Could be related.
Yeah, Chabad. Wonderful.
Thank you very much. Hashem bless you. Thank you.
So amazing. And this is beautiful. And here's another descendant. This is Len's niece.
This is my sister's daughter. You know my brother, you know me, my sister's daughter.
Very nice to meet you.
Yes, thank you for giving me the opportunity. I wouldn't miss it.
Do you have no pictures of us? Can I have a picture with you and get your curious?
would you do me a huge favor? Would you just take a picture? Just quickly. I know he has to go. Yes, I do. But yes, quick. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, my name is Ellen Shaffrin. We actually heard you speak in New York. I think it was 2.5 years ago at the Museum of Jewish Heritage.
Yes.
But I should tell you, my mother...
In the auditorium.
Right, we were in the overflow, right. But my mother was a student in Vilna, 1939, 40, and then she received a visa with the Mir Yeshiva. She traveled with them. And she was ended up being the only survivor of her family. She was the oldest. She was in Shanghai, first COVID, then Shanghai for 8 years because she couldn't come into America so easily. And I'm her only child. They got to have 12 grandchildren. So thank you very much.
How many you have? Family?
I have the 3 children and 12 grandchildren. Very appreciative.
Thank you.
Thank you. They're my cousin.
Yeah, she is my wife's cousin.
So they are included in your 12?
No. They're cousins through my father, but it was my mother. My father fought in the American Army.
My father also fought in the American Army. And my wife's father was in the Belsky Brothers partisans that fought in Belarus.
So that's not connected to your father, but we appreciate it anyway.
I've heard of your father. We read all kinds of things. We've heard all kinds of things.
But I didn't know that my cousin actually had something to say about it. I didn't know until very
We didn't know until he was very rich.
I didn't know. No, I didn't know until you told me now.
Do you know about Jesse Goldman? Jesse Goldman in South Africa. We had that event in Philadelphia.
Ah, yes. Yeah, well,
I've seen the video from my
Ellen Shaffrin from Riverdale, my wife's cousin, whose mother was the only member of her family who survived. She was a student in Goldman. She escaped from
Hello, Yossi. I'm in Israel. I'm at home. I miss you. I will come to South Africa one day.
Right.
Actually, I was in Kovno 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago, and we were in the Sugihara house, and then I found my mother's name there. Amongst the recipients.
Father was the secretary of Mr. Zerach Bar Haftik. You know what happened? During the war. And they together met your father, and your father enabled them to sit in the embassy together and forge all the visas. So my grandfather was the forger. Yes.
How many?
How many? All of the Mir Yeshiva. I don't know how many students there were in the Mir Yeshiva, but all of the students, your father enabled my grandfather and Mr. Zerach Bar Haftik, he was his secretary, together to forge all of the visas. Yes.
I think 400.
Mr. Rabbi Samuel Gardens, he was the secretary of
400. I don't know if it was forged or...
Rabbi Baron.
So together they forged. Could I just take a picture, please? Here. Would you mind?
I'll do it on mine. Mine's good. I'm not talking.
Okay, great.
Happily a complete out there in the Tsudraten land.
It's gotten worse. Also, the whole area, as you may know,
I have a present for you.
not doing well.
No, that's
I gave one to Ingrid.
that's why all the Trump stuff.
Well, maybe he'll come back.
Well, no, I'm not talking about what's going to happen. What's going to
Wonderful.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Several months back.
Yeah.
I'm in touch with Daniel, the whole family. I told him to come, and I didn't
Would you mind, can I have your contact? What's your name? Again, Glassman?
No, just you. I just
5255.
My wife says she doesn't like you. So keep on growing, get bigger.
So I'll text you right now if you wouldn't mind texting me the picture. My name is Maya. My maiden name is Groudon. My grandfather was the secretary of Rabbi Zerah Baruch.
Some of you during the day.
No, we didn't want to come. We didn't have time. Yeah, we have to be in touch. All right, so I'll text you right now so you can send me my pictures. No, I don't think so. I've only read the book. So I've never seen it. I mean, I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. So maybe you'll be able to send it to me. Alright, so
Would I be able to get the card? I saw it that you've done it with somebody.
Ah, really? Oh,
I'd like to get that.
give me also a card if you can. I want to be in touch with you about something. What is it?
I would love to see it.
No, I'm going to video the whole thing.
Afterwards, I want one of your videos to send to Australia.
I'll send it to you. For sure, of course. With pleasure. Sweet, honey.
I separate you guys.
Sorry, I thought he was going to have a heart attack.
From his heart.
I thought he was going to have a heart attack.
So emotional.
His wife was a Sugihara Visas, his father-in-law, the whole family. He said that the yeshiva was 300 and now it's 10,000. He said that speaks for itself. He said our yeshiva was 300. This is Mr. Jose Lefkowitz. He was a confidant of my father in Montreal all the years. looks a lot younger than he is. He's a survivor of most of the camps, unfortunately.
קרוב משפחה שלי, רב מוישה כהן, היה
just like you mentioned how this is part of the fixing. And even though it's not other municipalities, as a biased friend, Flora is part of that improvement of Jerusalem as well. As new life, a new strand.
A woman to do the job.
Yeah,
And then it gets done.
my wife and Flower are fighters.
We work together. He's a grandson of people that your father sent to.
Yes, absolutely.
So thank you so much. How long are you staying here?
Till tomorrow morning.
Oh.
It's a short term.
So come back.
We will. Thank you so much. Okay, can we have just one picture?
Just one picture.
I'm trying.
When I'm a grandchild, my father was your father and my father were in contact. And here's a picture that your father sent my father. This is you in the picture?
No, I was not born.
You wasn't born? And here's this letter that your father sent my father. Sugihara. See? No, this letter? This is a letter that your father sent my father in 1984.
Yes, I know.
You know that?
Can you show us?
Of course. רגע.
רגע, תעשה זה יותר גדול שיש לי. Hello, like a tmuna. Also, it's a picture with a Sugihara with his kids.
And here's the letter.
Can you say a few words with your father?
My grandfather
is my nephew.
Rav David Briskman.
Rav David Briskman.
And he was one of the survivors of Yeshivat Mir. And he contacted my Mr. Sugihara in 1984. He helped him with his son. And he worked in the Bursa in Antwerp, and he helped him. And he met him also in his office. And he told him that the Jews, they don't forgive whoever did them bad things, and they don't forget.
Wow. They were living in Antwerp?
No, in Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv.
Well, so I was
I liked him. I used to try to talk to him in Japanese. I was like,
seriously, maybe next time in Japan.
I just heard about it. One of my friends.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
אחר הצהריים טובים, מי שמעוניין להתפלל מנחה, כאן בצד שמאל.
כן, יש את הרוסים לדחוף אותו. כן. יאללה, יאללה.
שיבי. מיסטר סוגיהרה.
בעזרת השם פעמים רבות, תמיד בבריאות ובשמחה ובהצלחה גדולה. נמסור לכל המשפחה.
Could we do a picture? Sorry, around?
תמונה.
Could just do a picture.
זה עוד פעם. ככה. לא, תסתכל עליי. לא, ככה.
מתי זה היה? לפני 5 שנים?
תודה רבה.
spoke with you online. My grandfather was Henry Rosa. I'm a cousin of Lana Rosa. I just want to say thank you in person. My parents already met you at Carnegie Hall a few years, several years ago. But I very much appreciate, what your parents did for my family. Thank you. And my kids are somewhere running around. If I can find them, I'll introduce you. Yeah. Thank you. You mind taking a picture of us? Thanks.
Mommy?
Yeah, good.
The lighting isn't very good.
Oh, I see that. Okay, fine. Are you from the neighborhood?
No, they said they're not.
But you live in
בסדר.
או $5,000 עכשיו בלי לראות. Another 2 months. Ah, okay, thank you. Thank you.
Such an honor to be here and to meet you in person.
You're living here now?
Yes, thank you very much. I have 7 children at home. I have 7 children at home.
Really?
Yeah. This is my sister Suri. Zaki, come for a second. Fish off? Benny Fisher is my grandfather.
No, young one.
Young one.
In me?
Avi?
In Yeshivat Mir.
Yes, I'm the daughter. That's my father. The generation of the my children. Right. Benny is my grandfather.
And your brother?
Dovey is my father. Oh,
and you have brother?
No.
How are you?
Oh, my brother?
So special.
Chaim Fisher.
You have to see the exhibit that we have in
One of the there's a lot of grandchildren. There's 28 grandchildren.
That was this crazy balagan to get this to happen.
And then there's the great grandchildren, the next generation. Would I be able to take a picture with you? Yeah? Thank you so much. I didn't find him anymore. There.
Use the box for the, so it will be easier. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's such an honor to meet you. I've heard so much about your father growing up.
Thank you.
Sharing the stories now with my children.
I want to give you a personal thank you. My father was rescued by your father. And this is Rabbi Brisson.
It's a great honor to meet you.
In the Mir Yeshiva, there's over 20 children. Just now, 20 children, not 20 grandchildren, learning now in the Mir Yeshiva. So their parents, my parents were married in Shanghai. And my mother came from Austria, so she never went. My father was from Poland. So he went to Lithuania, went to your father when he came from Austria. And they met and they got married in Shanghai. Because now there's over 20 sons, direct sons or son-in-laws who still in the nation. And we remember, my father never spoke too much, but we remember.
Could we do a picture of the... Sure.
Thank you. Could you send me the picture? Sure. That's it. I'll give you an email and send it to you.
Yeah, but let me give you Mark. Have you seen, this is Mark, right?
Number 1000. His number, he was in America. Sure. I never heard about
this. For sure. Can
you mark down my email? Remember which picture it is.
I'll remember which picture. Let me take your number.
So G.
No, I'm take your number first.
0504 11
There are over, I don't know exactly, I tried counting.
30.
There are over 170 descendants.
That's my number.
Okay, and it's Rav?
Eisenstein.
Half in Israel, half in America. And if there were more
I'll just put them in. And you are in the mirror.
I'm in the mirror.
Yeah. Can you email?
G 0504 11 32 31 Gmail.
Can someone here take a picture?
Wonderful. Unbelievable.
You mind? I'm sorry, you must be.
But you must just take, you can take the mask?
Yeah. Oh, taking the mask, right, you forget about it. It's become part of life here.
This is Mrs. Nussbaum.
Yeah, hi. I think he looks like his father.
A lot.
Isn't it amazing? Amazing. Very nice to meet you. Very nice.
Thank you. My name is Oshrat, and I want to say that I'm very emotional today because two of reasons. First of all, because when I was in the university, I learned about your father. Yes, in Yad Vashem course, and it's very proud. I'm very proud to visit and to be here today and to meet you. And the second reason is because I'm living right here, and me and my kids will be very fun, enjoy this park. And for sure, I will learn my kids about your father, and it's very exciting.
I was living there.
Yes, where?
Uruguay.
Oh, Uruguay. So I'm here, Janusz Korczak. So this house, it's my parents' house. So it's amazing for me, and I'm very excited. It's an honor for me. Thank you.
This is my son Zach.
Ah, the baby.
Yeah.
Okay, nice to meet you. It's really nice to be here.
Will you do the whole family? Yeah, I'll do it.
He said he'll do the whole family.
Okay. Wait one second. I just want a picture with Zach.
Go in.
Okay. Thank you. She wants to just with Zach.
Okay, let me just...
Can you do it this way?
And then we'll come in the whole family.
Perfect. Wonderful.
Suri and guys.
No, wait 1 second. Sorry, she's just trying to take one. 1 second. Sorry. Thank you.
He said he'll take the whole family.
Thank you. We're all going in for This is my sister, Suri, the one who's the nurse with some of her children. And my other sister, the one with the 10 children, was not able to make it because of her 10 children. Here's another one. We counted, and from my grandfather, there are at least 50. We kept forgetting somebody. So we don't know the exact number, but it's approximately 50.
Excuse me, can I just...
You should go in the picture. You should go inside.
Come guys, come. Shana, come in the picture.
Shana, come in front of me.
You know about it? There's tequilas at the Kaisel already. Everything, the whole thing. Your Dalit tissue.
Thank you.
Your family moves fast.
This is my sister, Suri. Some of her children.
And they helped each other get started in business. My father had a long time business in Japan. He would go every year, and he imported
head expert at silk scarves from Akira Fujisawa, and he had somebody, Aki Yamaguchi. They were based in Yokohama. And whenever he came, he stayed with them, and they had a box sealed of all his kosher dishes and the foods he needed. And when he came, they opened it up for him. He always had a place where they respected that he could have his food there and everything. And I went once too. I stayed there in their home, so it was very special.
He was young also. My uncle was much younger than my father. My uncle was a Kletzker. Uncle Moshe Cole. You heard of him?
Thank you,
He was a Kletzker. He was a Kletzker. But he came from Varsha. Rabban came when he was 12 years old. Rabban came to Varsha for my uncle was just blown away. He ran away from Varsha, literally. He ran away from
Good things.
Went to speak to Rabban. Rabban invited him to come to Kletz, and he was an Eloi, my chess player. My grandfather was a chess player. He wasn't a chess guy. My grandfather was a fish branch of. I knew the British. It was more. Thank you.
Okay. Good to see you. Good to see you again. So very well. Very, very well, really. Everyone was very impressed. Wonderful, wonderful speech. When you're coming back? Corona finished. Corona is finished. I don't know if it's going to be finished at all, but we'll have to learn to live with it, apparently. But anyway, so good luck with everything. You have another. We have two cases now with Germany. One near Berlin and one near Hamburg. But what happened was very funny. The woman trial in Hamburg was the secretary of one of the worst concentration camps in Poland, Stuttgart, maybe that. She ran away on the day of the trial. She didn't want to show us to the trial. She ran away. So they threw her in jail.
Do you know each other? No, we don't. Ephraim. Nazi Hunter.
Regional. It's a pleasure to meet you. What's that? You're from South Africa?
I have the South African accent, but I live between Australia and Israel.
So you spoke to the Jews in Wisconsin, right? And you had a South African. I right away saw it. I have a lot of relatives in South Africa, but my family's from Lithuania.
All right, okay.
So right away, South African. It's origin anyway. I don't know if
Iyad, can you take a picture of the three of us? It's an honor to be with these two gentlemen. And can I have a picture with you?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
A lot of big States in Europe. People don't care about it. I know Eastern Europe. So Nabuki, can I have a picture with you? Will you give me just a minute? I just want to take a picture with Nabuki. Thank you so much. So do it first of me and Nabuki, and then we'll call the two ladies. Iyad, if you can get this, yeah, for the meeting. And then if you can pull the...
My name is Yisrael Yeshaya Lanzer. I live in Yerushalayim with my two daughters, Devorah Rachel and Chana Leah.
Hello.
We are direct descendants of the kindness of Chiuni Sugihara. My grandfather, Henry Rosen, Chaim Laser Rosen, was born in Warsaw and received a transit visa from Chiuni Sugihara and traveled via Kobe and then to Shanghai, making his way to America. He traveled with his brother, Irving Yitzchak Yair Rosen. They traveled together. They were the two brothers that were in Shanghai, the only brothers there. And they traveled through Shanghai to America. They came to America without any family aside from their own. Their siblings and their parents were brought to Treblinka were brought to Treblinka and were murdered by the Nazis in Treblinka. They have one brother, Pinchas Rosen, who was able to escape Warsaw and didn't come to Shanghai. Instead, he traveled via Cyprus and then was, I believe he was encamped in jail in Siberia as well until he came to Palestine, and he wanted to be a soldier in the army for the freedom of the Jews to build a state of Israel. He ended up dying in 1948, right before the independence of the state, at Mishmar Yarden. I'm thankful I came here with my children as a means of Hakar Satov to the family of Juni Sugihara for saving my grandfather's life, which enabled my grandfather to marry in America. Had 4 wonderful daughters who ended up getting married, and thankfully I'm here representing my grandfather at this ceremony in Kiryat Yovel, inaugurating the park put together by Kakal in memory of Juni Sugihara for his saving so many Jews. I think the number is 6,000 Jews.
Thank you so much. It was really wonderful.
Thank you. He said recognizing the good. In Hebrew it's makir tov. Makir is recognize and tov is good. Recognizing the good is forever. So you see, he's however old he is. So I said to my children as well, recognizing the good, that we're alive today is because your grandfather was the messenger. Well, God let him be the messenger to save my grandfather's life, and that's something that I appreciate. I want you to know that I appreciated it. That's why I came. That's why I brought them as well. And it's thank God. And it's just amazing. You have a lot of merit in the film.
How do you feel being here?
Well, I feel.
How do you feel being the granddaughter of?
I feel a lot of gratefulness around me, and I'm very grateful to receive so much gratefulness around me. It's a unique feeling you cannot describe. And to be honest, my father never talked to me so much about it the same way as my grandfather didn't really talk so much to my father about it, because to him it's simply doing what is good, doing what you should do. So I'm, of course, very honored to be part of this family, and I really hope that he inspires other people, and I am inspired by him every day to be good and do good. So, yeah.
You know, the name Sugihara in Israel, and in amongst the Jewish people, is possibly one of the greatest names.
I'm really shocked every time I meet people who know the name. I'm so amazed that people know the story, or they know descendants, and the story travels and the news goes on, and it's amazing.
In Japan, he's regarded as one of the top 10 heroes of all time, Japan.
He is. He was one of the Japanese people who did something good for the world.
It was wonderful that you're here, and we are so grateful, eternally grateful.
So am I. Thank you.
And you are? Awesome. Sounds good. My name is Israel. These are my children. My grandfather received